Hey, hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, we introduce you to a local group protecting desert wildlife. We'll meet the newest member of the Ward 1 team, and we sit down with two extremely special guests you don't want to miss. That's coming up a little bit later on. Of course, we're joined by our Mayor Pro Tem, Brian Knudsen, who represents Ward 1. Mayor Pro Tem, welcome back to the show. Good to have you on again.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you, David.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Surviving the summer heat okay?
No, it's way too hot for me. I'm ready to get out of town for a minute.
You deserve that. It has been exceedingly hot this summer, but we're going to talk about some cool things. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Just the same. Of course, you know Ward 1 very well. It's your stomping ground for those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 1 is located. We're going to show you right there on the map. It's the heart of the city. Right there incorporates a little bit of the downtown, but mostly it's the area that runs along the south and west side of US 95. Of course, if you live in that area, then you are represented on the City Council by Mayor Pro Tem Brian Knudsen, and you're also a city resident at that point for sure, if you're in that little box right there. That's right. So we're very excited. Our first thing we're going to talk about today, up first, he's the founder of the Desert Balloon Project. Now, this group hikes through the desert collecting remnants of balloons and other trash to protect desert wildlife. We're pleased to welcome to the show Christian Daniels. Christian, welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
I know Mayor Pro Tem is very impressed by the work that your group does, and that is why you are here today, because he wants to talk. You were really enthralled by what they do.
Well, I'll tell you how I met Christian. There was an ordinance introduced. It was at the recommending committee. It was to stop the release of balloons within the confines of the city. I voted against the bill, but I really appreciated the way Christian presented the ideas and thoughts. And to be honest, as a parent, I kind of hate balloons. They're not great for kids because they constantly put them in their mouth.
Right.
And my kids are listening right now, and I want them to know I really don't like balloons. I know they're bad for wildlife. But this is what I think it's interesting about the political season, the political world that we live in, is I didn't agree with the bill, but I agree with the intent. So sometimes we agree on the outcomes, we don't necessarily agree on the path.
Yeah.
And even though the bill passed and I still didn't agree with it, I still believe in what Christian's trying to do.
And to clarify, Mayor Pro Tem, your issues were just with some of the restrictive aspects, like what if it gets accidentally released at a party, that kind of thing. Those were your issues. But in concept, the dangers of balloons going into where wildlife can eat it still is a big concern. That was something that you definitely agreed with.
And I think the best way to change the world is to change people's hearts and minds, is to do everything you can to let them know what the impacts of their actions are. And so there's no better person to do that than Christian, and this is your chance to tell people.
Yeah, tell us about it. So Christian, how did you get started in this?
So when I was 15, I watched Wildcats, and they inspired me to go out and create my own thing. So I did a little bit of my own research, and I found out that mylar balloons affect desert tortoises and all other wildlife.
So they fly out into the desert, they'll break, they'll pop, they'll come down. Yeah. And the wildlife, are they attracted to the color of it? Is there a reason why that they tend to want to eat it? Because you hear about that all the time. That's something that's so common.
With the mylar balloons, they come in all sorts of colors, and especially with desert tortoises, they're attracted to that color because they mistake the mylar balloons for wildflowers. And when it rains, the balloons trap the water inside the balloon.
Oh, they'll try to get to the water.
They'll try to get to the water.
Yeah, because it's a water source. So they try and ingest the water, they ingest the balloon then. Now tell everybody, and I know that Mayor Pro Tem is aware of this, tell everybody what happens when this is lethal often, isn't it, for these animals?
They'll try to get to the water, and then they'll eat the balloon, and then it'll go into their intestines, and it'll suffocate them, and the material will kill them from the inside.
Wow.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've gone out in the desert and I found balloons every single hike.
No kidding. No kidding.
I have personal experience with this because I have a desert tortoise living in my backyard, and so my children do water balloon fights. And so that's one of the things we have to do is after a water balloon flight, go and pick up all the little remnants of little balloons. They're everywhere. But the tortoise is definitely drawn to the colors of the little balloon.
The color, yeah.
So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I get it.
Now, Christian, for people out there that say, hey, listen, it's just a few balloons going out in the desert, you were saying this is a lot bigger problem than people might realize, isn't it?
I've been out so many times, and we're at the point where we're probably at 4,000 balloons now.
Really? Really?
And
Yes, sir.
from the recommending committee, we learned that NV Energy actually passed legislation with the state legislature that bans the sale of Mylar balloons starting in 2027.
Yeah. Explain why.
And so you're on the right path. It's because those Mylar balloons, not only do they have an impact on our wildlife, but they hit power lines, and that causes some of the power outage we see in our community. And so, working with the state legislature, NV Energy worked on that legislation that'll ban the sale of Mylar balloons starting in 2027.
To protect power lines, they can knock out the power. Imagine that happening in the heat of summer, like the heat we've had. Everybody loses their power. It'd be devastating. Christian, let me ask you this. So, when you head out into the desert, you guys are also picking up all kinds of other trash too, aren't you? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about how, give us an idea of how much you collect on a typical run or over time, how much you've picked up.
On every hike, we pick up anywhere between 6 to 10 balloons. And overall, we've hiked about many miles. And I know we're at the point where it's about 4,000 balloons.
Wow, that's amazing. I understand, too, that when you guys are out in the desert looking for the balloons, you find other things, lost dogs, all kinds of things, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we found lost dogs, we found burnt mattresses, we found abandoned vehicles. There's been times we found mines. There was one time we found an ordinance that didn't go off.
Blown up, yeah, thank goodness. So, well, obviously there's a lot out there. You think, oh, it's just an empty desert, but there's quite a bit going on. And I want to mention this too. You have quite a following on Facebook. Something like, is this correct? 3,000 followers? Is that right?
Yes, I can't tell you the amount of times. People they'll take photos and they'll send it to me. So we're constantly putting up their photos and congratulating them. Because I can't tell you how happy it makes me when someone comes up and it's like, hey, I didn't know Mylar Balloons did this. And it just makes me so happy that I've managed to create something and people are here helping and supporting.
You're making a difference. If people want to get involved and be a part of what you're doing, what should they do, Christian?
If they want to, if they find balloons out in the desert or wherever they are, take a photo, send it my way. They can send it through the Desert Balloon Project Facebook page, and then I'll get it up there.
The Desert Balloon Project Facebook page is going to be the way to reach out to them. Sounds good.
You know, David, I work with a lot of groups and a lot of individuals, and what I'm finding is that younger people are becoming somewhat apathetic to the world around them. So I very much appreciate Christian.
Not this one.
Caring enough about the world to do something about it, and to take a stance and to speak his mind and to try to get other people to follow. And so for the work that you're doing, I think the city of Las Vegas owes you a debt of gratitude, and you have to keep doing it because we need more people to live up to those ideals. We need more people to participate in their community, and that's what leadership is all about. So thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
That's why he's the mayor pro tem. See how good he said that. So here. And Christian, it's a pleasure having you on the program. Best of luck to you. Keep up the good work. Thanks for educating us. I had no idea the problem was as widespread as it is. No wonder we're interested in trying to prevent this in the future. So good for you. Great to have you on the show. Mayor Pro Tem, we're going to take a quick break here, but when we come back, you're going to meet the newest member of the Ward 1 team. That's right after this, so please stay with us.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today, I'm just an aluminum can, but one day, I could be a stadium.
Welcome back to Access City Council, everyone. Our next guest joined the city back in March and is a special assistant to Mayor Pro Tem Brian Knudsen. Let's welcome Alex Fuller to the show. Alex, congratulations on your new job, and welcome to the Ward 1 office. How are you?
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
Good to have you here.
Yeah.
MPT, we love to introduce your staff especially when we have new faces, so that when people contact the office, they can match a name and a face with who they're talking to, right?
It's a twofer. It's one, to introduce the world to people who work in Ward 1, and two is to make people uncomfortable. And so I love to make other people uncomfortable. It just makes it much more fun for me.
What, Alex, you don't really love being in front of all these TV lights here?
Maybe I will. Yeah.
So, the Mayor Pro Tem, he loves to put the new folks through the ringer, so to speak. But it is informative. We have a good conversation. So, Alex, tell everybody out there, what does Mayor Pro Tem have you mostly focused on in his office?
Yeah, so my main objective is to make sure that he is seen, and that's on social media. And then my other objective is to make sure that we are running a lot of events in the ward.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, a lot. But I do a lot more than that because we are a team, so we work on everything that we can up there for Brian.
So I know when people contact the office, they have an issue, they have something going on, they have a question about something. You guys are the front line. You,
Always.
Dave, and Maria are the front lines of making sure that those. Of course, you also put your own cell phone out there too. So I mean, they may call you directly as well, but your staff's there to help.
I generally will say if people are nice to me when they're texting me, then I kind of take care of business on my own. I'm also on the front line, but I think there's a lot going on in the city, and there's a lot that we have to be informed of, and you can only be in so many places at one time. And so
these guys help you.
That's where, and I don't know how to do social media, and so Alex is great at that. Alex has a lot of skills. He called bingo this morning at the Stella Fleming, so a man of many talents, and it's great to have him part of the team.
All right. Well, Alex, tell us about yourself a little bit. Are you a native? You're not a native Las Vegan, though.
I'm not. No, I am from Indiana, a small town called Michigan City. It sits about an hour east of Chicago, right on Lake Michigan.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And then, how long have you been out in Las Vegas?
3 years. 3 years. Love it.
And what brought you to the great city of Las Vegas?
Yes, so my job in Indiana was ending, and I did some networking, as you should, and got a job out here, and that's what brought me out here. So I interviewed on a Monday, I got the job on Friday, and then I moved out 2 weeks later. It was very quick.
Oh, nice, interesting. So what are your thoughts about Las Vegas?
It's hot.
Yes, it is. It is.
But I can golf every single day of the year.
You can't do that in Indiana in January?
No.
Well, very good. Tell us, did you go to school back in Indiana?
I did.
Did you travel elsewhere to go to school? Or?
No. So my dad went to Purdue, so I followed him to Purdue. That's where I met my lovely wife at Purdue as well. So yeah.
So you guys are Boilermakers.
We are Boilermakers.
Okay.
Boiler up. Yeah.
A great basketball team last season. Yeah, really good.
best,
So.
yeah.
MPT, tell us about Christian. I know you're very happy to have him. You talked about his social media skills, but I know he takes care of a lot of other things for you as well, doesn't he?
Alex, yeah. The reason I brought him on the team is because he complements my personality. So I'm generally shy and awkward, and I don't like to talk a whole lot. And Alex has one of those personalities that just draws you in, and you can see that in talking to him. And I know he's already kind of networked throughout the city, and at some point, people are going to much rather want to be around him than they are with me. And so I like to accentuate the things that I do well and use those, and then recognize where I'm not as strong and bring people in who can meet the needs. And so I think Alex does that perfectly.
Well, I can tell you for sure, Alex, you made a really good impression amongst my team. Everybody thinks you're great to work with, and you always take care of whatever it is you say you're going to take care of, and that'll serve you well in anything you do. So
Yeah.
It's good to have you on board. So tell us something about yourself that we might not know or would be surprised to hear. So.
Great. I taught myself to play piano at a very young age. Yes, my mother had a small little keyboard. She had some, very old music books from when she went to school, and I kind of picked those up. I got stickers, put them on the keys, and kind of just played. So now I play all the time. So.
No, you taught yourself?
I did. No lessons, not a single one.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Are people in your family musically inclined like that to just kind of pick it up?
So my sister is. She sings and she plays a little bit piano, and then my mom, and that's probably really about it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Did you ever do that? Just start playing the piano or anything?
I played this is how cool I was. I played the oboe and the accordion.
All right, well.
Yeah, and I forgot them after about 8th grade. I forgot everything.
Yeah,
so
you got to stay with it. So
yeah. One thing that Alex didn't mention is he does the social media or the slides at the end of the council meeting. It's not my favorite part of the meeting when we have to share about something.
It's the council update at the end.
Yeah, not my favorite thing. Other council members love it. It's just not my thing. But Alex did the chocolate mousse day. It was the International Day of Chocolate Mousse.
Because you always highlight the whatever international day it is.
Yes, because the mayor told me I had to, basically. And so he made chocolate mousse for everybody in the council chambers.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so
that.
the fact that he can cook, and we had a barbecue a couple weeks ago, and he made the ribs.
Wow.
So he's got mad skills that are hidden all over the place.
This guy's amazing. You were so smart to hire him.
I know.
That's good stuff. So
he can cook, he can talk, he can play
the
music.
piano. Yeah.
I can just sit back and watch. It works out great for me.
Well, Alex, you're off to a great start here at the city. Best of luck to you. And I just want to say, now I have a little note here that said that, you moved to Las Vegas 3 years ago, as we talked about, but you had visited every other year since you were 7?
Yes.
Is that right? How did that work out?
So my dad's side of the family had moved out here from South Bend, and so we visited a lot. So so it was great to move somewhere where I had a support system, because you can move across the country and not have anyone.
Sure.
But here I had an aunt and uncle, and then 3 cousins and their kids, so it was very nice.
You know, when I moved to Las Vegas, I'm not a native either, but I've been here about 37 years now, kind of aging myself. But I found that Las Vegas was a very welcoming city. Councilman, I know you're not from here originally either, but you don't have to live here. Other places I've lived, you had to, if your parents didn't come across in the covered wagons, you were kind of always an outsider and kind of a newcomer. But Las Vegas has never been that way. It's always been a very welcoming city. You're here for 5 minutes, you're a native all of a sudden. At least that's always been my impression. So I don't know if you guys feel the same.
I love Las Vegas.
Yeah, same here.
And it's because if you work hard and you're persistent, then the doors just open up for you. And obviously they've opened up for me, and absolutely love the fact that you can see something you want to change and change it and just work hard at it. And they let you do that here.
Yep, sure do. What are your impressions, Alex? You agree?
I do. Folks are a little bit more aggressive out here. I'm a Midwest nice. No, but it is very welcoming. I don't feel like anyone doesn't want me here.
No, of course.
And I've been making a lot of friends and growing the family, so it's fantastic.
And your family, your wife, you mentioned your wife. Is she liking it out here as well? Now, is she from Indiana as well?
She is from Ohio.
She's from Ohio, but went to school at Purdue.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
She likes it. She misses the rain, which she got today, so she's happy.
Yeah, we've had a little.
And then, she misses the green as well, but she does love it out here. I think she's, acclimating well.
Takes a while. That first summer is pretty brutal. You think, gosh, can I survive this another year? But then you do, and then you turn around and you think, there's no place better to live. I'm with you on that. So
Midwest nice. I got to take that. I wonder if that's something to aspire to be Midwest nice.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know I got to figure out what that means and if I can do it.
You're originally from Utah, right? So not quite Midwest. That's pretty West, So
And I'm not sure people would say I'm Midwest nice. No. So I got to work on it.
Just plain old nice. We would say that. At
Right.
So. Well, Alex, best of luck to you. Congratulations on the new job. You've obviously hit the ground running. And again, folks out there, if you contact Mayor Pro Tem's office, you're going to talk to either Dave Nelberg or Maria Trevino or to Alex Fuller, and they're all very capable. And you might even talk to the Mayor Pro Tem himself, because he does take a lot of calls.
I do work. I do something.
Yes, you do.
Actually, the two of us are about to head to an event right after this taping, and so we're always busy.
I know. He keeps it going. Well, Alex, best of luck. Great to have you on. You're already an asset to the city, so best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And MPT, please stay with us, because we have to take another quick break. And this time, you don't want to miss what's coming, because we're joined by 2 very special guests, and it's safe to say Mayor Pro Tem knows these 2 very well. It's right after this.
There's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
Thanks for staying with us. As promised, joining us are 2 very special guests. Sitting with the Mayor Pro Tem are the youngest members of his team. Of course, they're his kids, Andrew and Kate. Welcome back to the show, you 2. How's it going?
It's good.
Good to see you both. Good to see you both. Mayor Pro Tem, it's been a busy week. I understand they've been doing all kinds of camp stuff. Is that right?
We have Kate, who's in the Ballet West dance camp, and Andrew's at the Charleston Heights Art Center at the Rainbow Youth Theater summer camp.
Wow. Now, let's start with Andrew. Andrew, you were in some scenes from some well-known plays. Tell us about that real quick.
So I'm in Clue, It's scene one. It's not like the whole play.
Just parts of it, yeah.
Parts of each play. Like, so I'm in Clue. That's the last one. We do a song. It's Percy Jackson, Bring on the Monsters.
But you're also in Twelfth Night. Did you tell me Twelfth Night?
That's the other play, but I'm not in it.
And
Other
then,
people, I have like 40 people in my whole drama class. Wow. And like, everybody gets a role.
Wow. And then, are you doing the Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime?
Different people are. I got cast in Clue, which I was heading for, and I'm actually the dead body.
Right. That's an important role in that story. For sure.
We will see it tomorrow at the finale of the camp. But I'm excited. There's some comic relief there with the dead body.
Exactly, there is. It's a good play. If you've not seen it, everyone out there, you want to check it out. And then Kate, I understand you've been doing a little dancing this past week.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. You doing a little. What's your favorite kind of dancing?
I like doing hip hop and ballet.
Hip hop and ballet. Yeah, it's covering all types of dance there. So, and do you think this is something you want to keep doing?
Yes.
Yeah, you really like dancing. It's a lot of fun. So,
this will be my time to promote the City of Las Vegas summer camps. So the city has some great programming, and we've tried a little bit on the private side, and we've done the city's programming, and the city's programming has beat out what's on the private side. So we've done the Becker Technology Camp.
Oh, nice.
We've done Mirabelli Summer Camp for Youth, and Charleston Heights Art Center Camp. So we're spreading ourselves out and trying out everything that. I wouldn't.
That's great.
I wouldn't want my ward-run residents to do things that I wouldn't do. So we're doing it all.
These are the test cases
We're
here.
We're testing it on our family.
Okay, we know it works. And then Kate, tell us now, what grade are you going into next year in school?
First grade.
First grade. Wow, that's great. And then, Andrew, what about you?
I'm going into third grade.
Third grade. I remember you guys have been on this show before, and you were so much littler then. Kate, you weren't even going to school then, I don't think. So, and here you are now, going into first grade already. So, that's good stuff. Well, you know what? Your dad has some really important events coming up. Do you want to help me tell everybody about them? Do you guys mind? Do you want to do that? So this is really important because there's a lot going on, and your dad always has a lot going on in the ward, and so we want to make sure that people can participate. So the first one is you're doing an indoor yard sale on August 10th from 9 to 2 at the Liebern Active Adult Center. Now, this is a yard sale, I take it, that's instead of being out in the yard, it's going to be inside the Liebern Center. Is that the deal?
The Liebern is a gem in Ward 1, and it's run by Letty, the coordinator out there. So there's some great staff out there. Liebern is if you're an active older adult, I highly recommend visiting Liebern. This is what I have to deal with, David.
You know what? It's what every parent deals with.
Everybody else may be a bit distracted right now, but I don't get distracted. I'm as focused as they come.
You are really good at this. So the indoor yard sale is going to be August 10th from 9 to 2 at Liebern, and that is on Garwood in the 6230 Garwood, everybody. So it sounds like a great place to maybe pick up some cool stuff.
And they have a whole bunch of events going on there. I'll probably be doing a couple more cooking classes there. They have movies there. They have events there. So it's a great time to be an active adult in Ward 1.
Okay, Kate. And then we also have Brews with Brian. That's coming up on August 31st. That is going to be from 8 to 9 at Starbucks near Decatur and Alta, which is going to be August 31st, again, 8 to 9 at the Starbucks. You guys could maybe have a chocolate milk if you come out with your dad on that day. You may be in school that day, though.
I'm going to get a butter croissant.
That's a good choice, too, Andrew. That's a good choice. And then, now on the same day, Andrew, you'll be interested in this. This is on August 31st at 7 p.m. at Charleston Heights Art Center, is the Story Slam, Lost in Translation. Now, what is this, Mayor Pro Tem?
You know what? I found out about that on Twitter from the city of Las Vegas. I actually didn't know, but you know whose name I saw associated with it was David Figler. Oh. And so I am going to have to learn more because I don't know, but it's the amazing cultural affairs team at the city of Las Vegas that are finding great ways to program the space.
You know, David Figler, local attorney, also local poet, and
former appointed municipal court judge for a hot minute. And now he does some reporting through CityCast.
That's right. That's exactly right. So, Story Slam, you guys, sounds really interesting. Again, That's going to be the 31st of August, 7 p.m., Charleston Heights Arts Center. That's at 800 Brush Street. And, Andrew, that might be right up your alley. It's kind of like performance stuff, so it sounds pretty good.
We generally go to all of the Rainbow Youth Theater performances, and we hand out certificates, and the kids come up on stage with me, and
Nice.
it's always fun.
I think
You
I've
didn't
seen.
let me go in. You didn't let me go to Lord of the Flies, but you let Kate go.
That's true. I think we're doing
Why?
something else.
I wanted to go there.
Everybody,
Classic Dad. I needed to see that, so.
Also, at my drama camp, there's an ensemble. There's ensemble, like they help with the lights, casting and crew and
It's
stuff.
important that they're all as part of that team, and they play a key part, absolutely, no question. And last but not least, you guys, this is important, everyone. This is a good, healthy thing for everyone. There's a 5K run with Mayor Pro Tem. It's going to be September 29th. This is remembering the October 1 shooting. It's part of the Vegas Strong effort. This is an annual 5K that's done every year. It's been done following the shooting back in 2017. And Mayor Pro Tem, especially if any city employees are watching, I know you're trying to encourage them to sign up and come run with you, right?
the city employees, I'm going to actively recruit them, and it's part of my effort to get more involved with the Department of Public Safety, DPS, and their recruitment strategies. So every other Saturday, they're at Bill Breer Park, getting the community ready to go into police academy, because we need more marshals, we need more law enforcement in general. And so I'm going to try and get some city employees to better understand what it is to be a DPS marshal and have some fun running around downtown with us.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Again, that's going to be that run. The 5K is going to be September 29th, but you can sign up prior to that, obviously. And again, it's any of the proceeds are going to go to the
The 10-1 Memorial.
yeah, exactly. So, well, it's great to have you both. Do you guys run? Do you guys like to get out? Your dad runs a lot. Do you guys get out and run with him at all?
Not much. Well, we never do.
Like, I love swimming with him.
You love to swim with your dad, you know. Okay, see, that's a good one in the summer too. You stay cool doing that. Unlike the running, it gets to get warm doing that.
He doesn't like to swim that much.
No, I don't particularly like swimming.
But you,
I can run, but swimming is just it's okay.
but Kate will take care of that for you.
Yes, they can swim. They're fine.
Well, it's a pleasure having you both on the show, and I want to wish you best of luck in school next year. We'll have you back in the future, and you guys are going to be even bigger next time around. You come back, I know that for sure. So, but we want to tell everybody out there really quick. You know, we always want to hear from you out there. So if you have something you'd like to share with our Mayor Pro Tem, Brian Knudsen, you can call him at 702-229-6405 or send him an email. His address is bknudsen@lasvegasnevada.gov. Or you can also visit the Ward 1 website or subscribe to the Mayor Pro Tem's newsletter. And you can do that by using that QR code right there, in fact. So, you guys subscribe to the newsletter?
They
don't
do.
have-
They just don't know it.
Okay, very
We
good.
don't have phones. We don't have phones.
You know,
We're kids.
you have good parents. You really do. They are looking out for you. You'll get to that soon enough, I promise.
And I appreciate you letting me bring him on the show.
Of course.
For me, it's about transparency. So I want the Ward 1 people to know who I am and kind of how I make decisions and all the things that go on in my life that lead to the decisions that I make. This is it.
right.
This is
Well,
how I make decisions.
It's a pleasure having them on and to have you know. Mayor Pro Tem, we'll have you back in 6 weeks. You guys will be in school then, so I probably won't see you in 6 weeks, but we'll have you back in the future, I promise, okay?
Yay.
I'm gonna hold you to that. You're coming back. So, all right, everybody. Well, don't miss our next show beginning on August 8th with Ward 3 City Councilwoman Olivia Diaz. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also watch for our QR code after this show to subscribe to our newsletter. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.